the belly. And this time I want you to inhale from all around you. That is who you are, the golden aura that created the matter, this physical body, from above, below, all around you, back, front. And when you exhale, exhale even longer than your inhale through your entire body. Let it come through your heart, your solar plexus. Let it soften the back of your heart, softening your navel, softening your throat as it goes upward into the center of your brain and out through your crown and down through your spine, down through your tailbone, softening, opening your sacrum. Let the inhale and exhale run, cycle through as much as you like. There's no bad or good or right or wrong here. And let it all go deeper, deeper into the space below where you're seated, the unseen part of the earth, connecting with the heart of the earth. As always, keep your crown open. Let the waterfall of light come through the crown and through the third eye, behind the third eye, down the channel. Be the one who's sliding down through from the center of the brain, into your mouth, down your throat, back of your head, down to the base of your head, down to the shoulder blades, between the shoulder blades, all the way down. Keep opening as you slide down. Opening, opening. Let your breath soften and gather speed in that channel. Let yourself be the breath even if you can today. All right. And gather yourself in that space below the navel. More and more. Everything that's outside of you, that is who you are, bring it back in. Gathering here in your wisdom center, in your Dantian. And see if you can breathe in and out from here without moving any parts of your body, without moving your upper body. Simply breathing in and out through the space below the navel, softly. Always inhaling through the nose and then exhaling even longer through the nose. Good. Let that beautiful wisdom center light up with your divine light. Seat yourself there. Let yourself be pulled into that space even more, deeper and deeper and deeper. You can slowly open your eyes, let the light cascade out through your eyes. Become aware of the auric field that is creating you, in and out, is breathing you. And let's come in here together now. Let's feel what's going on in you. Tell me in the comments what's going on within you. What's going on around you? Let this be a space that you know that you're being held in the silence, that you're being held in the spaces between the words. And let's become aware of the various identifications and identities that your mind holds on to, that you will love to break. The illusions, the stories. Maybe you have a blind spot. Maybe you think I'm not seeing something. Like I have all the things that I truly desire, and yet I'm not happy. And yet I feel like I need to constantly chase. And yet I feel like I still need to get somewhere, that I need to reach further. Maybe there is a part of you that feels like I want to do all the things, I want to be me, but there are all these relations and these people in my life. Like, what's going on? Tell me. Feeling a lot of tiredness and at a point of change, from overworking and being under pressure to believing it's possible to live each day. Feeling more light and joyful from overworking and being under pressure. Like, where are you right now? Are you overworking and being under pressure, or do you feel like you're in between that state and being light and joyful? So there are lots of things that are that I would love to share and I would love to point out. So if at any point you feel like, oh gosh, like this is so triggering, then you've got to really, congratulations, firstly, and also take it as something that's really supporting you. Because there are so many times in my life where I felt the trigger and I felt like there was something either wrong with me or wrong with the other person. But I want to bring you to the truth that I really discovered and continue to reveal, which is there is only ever one of us here. And please take a deep breath. There's only one of us here. There's only one of us here. You have habits of being, okay, that you are ready to change and definitely feeling under pressure. Okay, good. Let's go there. Okay, let's go there. It is very inherent as a nature in us to change. And this is why it's really, really important for us to really identify. It's so ironic we're using that word, to really identify how there are identifications with, I might have a postman coming. Let's see. Take a pause. Hang on. Give me a moment here. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Give me a moment. Hang on there. Well, there you go. Who's ever had those moments? And by the way, I can do a little unboxing towards the end because this is some really, yes, Tanya, you're right. I'm going to do a little bit of unboxing. afterwards, because this tea is definitely going to come with me to, I love that how you guys know. I mean, like, oh my gosh, like, amazing. This is going to be the tea that I'm going to be serving in an hour's time. Well, yeah, in about an hour and 30 minutes inside the Golden River of Life. So I'm so glad that it made it. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that later. So if you guys want to stay on with me, I would love to share that with you, and you can still jump in. And if you feel a holy yes, if you feel like a sacred yes to coming into my space to work with me and really just shorten the time span that it takes for you to get in touch with your divinity, like, this is the time. This is the time. You see how I change when I have tea with me? Like, hello? Like, yes. All right. I love how you guys are loving it. Thank you. Okay, where was I? All right, so definitely feeling under pressure, habits of being good. Okay, so first things first, I want to make it very clear that, you know how in the wellness community or well-being community, spiritual community, whatever you want to call it, I don't know if you identify with being in a community space, but I want you to know that it is so insidious in us to adapt our habits and adapt our behaviors in order to feel like we fit into that setting. It is really insidious in us. It's like programmed into us to do so. And there are so many times in my life where I would go like, why the hell do we do that? Like, why would we know, like, we know we've come to a point, and I believe that if you're here, you would agree with me that you do know that you are a soul and you have a divine purpose. And, you know, newsflash, the purpose is not stagnant. It's not one purpose. And the purpose is also not something you find. Yeah, I can go all the way deeper into that together if you have questions about that. But what we are here is we are literally unveiling the face of the divine. And how we do that is we're unveiling it through the way we live, through the choices we make in our lives. And please take a deep breath into your belly button or below the belly button, please. It's so easy for us to fall into the trap where we say that, okay, you know, this is the way it works in this place. So I need to speak in this way. I need to change the way I look. I need to make myself understood. Like, fuck all of that. Like, seriously, if this is why you are under pressure, if this is why you are over-delivering, overworking, overthinking, like, even if you identify as someone who is like, I am spiritual, I speak with my spirits, I tap into my ancestors, I talk to my, I don't know, God, universe, like, even in those situations, it gets subtler and subtler. But if you can catch yourself in those moments where you are actually in your head rather than in your soul, and it often doesn't make sense. Why? Because it's not in your head. It's not like, okay, so I saw 777 on my oven, and I know there is a sign and something is going to happen, and your mind is going to go either, oh my God, something really bad is going to happen, or something really good is going to happen. And you are literally creating your reality from that frequency that you chose to embody. You get what I'm saying? Take a deep breath. And I see this so often in the spiritual space with women I work with and women who are my peers as well, even. Let's be real. that you go into such a deep tailspin of the story you weave out of the revelations, the downloads that you get from higher power, from your higher consciousness that's coming through, the limitless field of potential. That potential is just the first step. The potential needs to come through you. It needs to come through you as the channel. You're the channel. And the way it's being expressed through you is decided by you. Whether it is unfiltered, whether it has some kind of distortion that it needs to navigate to come through, because everything depends on your perception. How your reality looks is dependent on your perception. Another way of saying it is, I can look at your life and I can see the higher power. I can see the light in you. But if you cannot see it because of your perception, then you will never operate from your divinity. Your divinity, which is literally the whole package, the wholeness of who you are. And to be very clear, your divinity is not light, like love, joy, everything. Yes, it is, but it also is the light that is within the darkness, which is a form of dark light. It is still light because you can see it. So I want to bend your mind a little bit here. So if you feel it, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in what kind of whatever reactions you can give me, because it goes beyond duality. It really goes beyond duality. And it is so important that we really start the conversation from the foundation of, okay, if I am divine, I know that everything is happening for me and through me as me. And I also know that all the things that I feel like is against me is actually here to show me how much more I am capable of containing the light that is pouring through me. Because we're all made of light. We're all made of light. A person that is completely, self-healing, it happens because energy is flowing. Energy is flowing through our meridians. Energy is flowing through. Light is flowing through. There is movement through us. And it is so, Eve, don't apologize. Seriously, I mean, you didn't apologize, but that is the sensation I'm getting through you. It's like, I've been seeing feeling bad as wrong. I've been in my mind and a love story. Of course, this is part and parcel of being human. We were destined to forget. When we came here, we were destined to forget. But it is through the forgetfulness that we get to remember our divinity. That everything we get to create, we do. If in your head you're thinking, well, I would love to create abundance. I would love to create all the money in the world so I can go travel, so that I can have this, so that I can have the best relationship. I would love to have the best man in the world. Where's my soulmate? Where's my blah, blah, blah? I want you to take a moment here. Because what you are telling me, if you're telling me all of those things, is actually what your ego wants. The ego sustains itself in the material world. And there's nothing wrong with that. Again, there's nothing bad about your ego. Your ego is also showing you something here. But we forget. We actually forget that the whole point is on the other side of getting what you or your ego wants. And please breathe. If we could, it can be so easy, right? If we could just look through and see through all the things we want, but we can't get right now, and get to the point where that feeling you get when you are already there. And I know a lot of manifestation 101 stuff talk about that, but I don't think they reel into that much of how important that we recognize that it has to come from a place of our true foundation, which is not your wounds, not your lack, not because I want to prove something to the world, but the foundation of who you are, what you are made of. You are made of the cosmos. You are made of the divine. Can you feel this in you? Can you feel that percolation when you connect it with your heart? When you connect it with your mind in your gut, your mind in your heart, not just your mind in the brain. And definitely not the mind outside of you. Because so many of us are walking, talking heads. We're always here. Even the spiritual women, you're here. You want to open your third eye. You want to open your crown. Yes, we already have that open. Take a deep breath. As women, we already have that instilled in us. It's programmed into us. We have that opened. It's already opened. Why? Because we have the creative power. It's in us. Now we have to bring that down. Divinity on legs. That's everything that we're meant to be doing here. How can we be the creator of our reality? How can we literally open the sacred eyes to see the blessings around us and be the one who bless? How can we receive the divine downloads and not water it down or filter it and trying to make sense of it so that other people can make sense of it? Right? When we feel under pressure, as Eve was saying, and thank you so much for offering yourself and thank you for your vulnerability. Like, I love this. I want everyone to be able to do this as well, because the moment you're able to receive the download, the transmission, you are being transformed. Like literally like this. And then you can take that, the next step you can take from there. But I want to say this, when you are feeling under pressure, I always say, congratulations. You know what pressure is? Pressure is what creates diamonds. It's what breaks open a rock and turns it into a diamond. And the pressure oftentimes is excellent for pulling you deeper into stillness. So if you feel the pressure, and I want you to do this right now with me, if you're here, and everyone else who's resonating, by the way, because I believe that what you brought forward is really speaking for the group here. Where do you feel the pressure in your body? Where do you feel the pressure in your body? Yes, good. Feel deeper into what you're trying to avoid. Everyone together. Sarah, solar plexus, Eve, throat, amazing. Where do you feel like you are trying to avoid feeling like you're the dumb one or the idiot? And I say this very sharply because I want this to be very clear for everyone. We carry this wound in us, especially when we're in the spiritual realm. We want to avoid looking like the one who is insensitive, the one that is weak, the one who is stupid, the one who is an idiot, the one who didn't read this or didn't know this or didn't. We carry this. This is a healer's wound. This is a deep spiritual wound. And we want to transform the wound into our brilliance, because it is through the beginner's mind, the I don't know mind, that we can truly allow ourselves to feel. You know, can you start to feel the pressure softening? Lower the pressure. Lower and allow yourself, if you find it real difficult, right? And it's okay to feel like you can't do it. I want this to be very clear to everyone here, because It's been a long time. A lot of us, sometimes 40 years, sometimes 30 years, sometimes 60 years, 70 years of being in the head. So, and those habitual patterns, the behavioral adaptations that we make to survive, the mechanisms that we create, like, it's a lot. So there's no harm. And one of the things I love about offering what I do in my work, which is tea, we don't speak. There's pure stillness, and it allows you to be so present with your senses. It allows you to be so present with what is working through you, that beautiful divine light that's moving through you and into you and breathing you from all around you, that it starts to soften the mind and it starts to open your heart. And that's when you can feel it. That's when you can connect your conscious mind with what's going on here. A lot of the junk gets to be cleared away in all the other things we do besides tea. You know, I do light transmission, I do healing work, I do the energy transmission. But what's more important than moving energy for you is that you know that you can do it yourself. And please breathe. You can do it yourself, absolutely. So if we are allowing ourselves to be free, we allow ourselves to not know. Now, a lot of you will say, I do fear the unknown. I do fear not knowing. But actually, what's behind that fear is actually not fear of the unknown, because the truth is, your soul knows. Your soul already knows that you are perfect. You are whole. Your soul already knows that you don't need to know that you will be alive the next day to be whole. And please breathe. The truth about humanity, I cannot even tell you what your future is going to look like. Not even as a spiritual mentor. The truth about being human, I don't even know what the next hour is going to look like. For me, like, I can plan everything, and then something can come at me and I could probably take my last breath in the next hour. Who knows? And this isn't to be morbid. This is just really as it is. It's the truth of being human. And this is what makes being a human so beautiful. A human life has limitations in that sense. But if we come from the foundation of who we truly are as divinity, then life is going to take on a very different look. You will realize that life is constantly supporting you. Life is constantly bringing you flowers, abundance, and things that is just right here under your nose that you don't even notice because you are busy overworking, busy controlling, busy overthinking, busy trying to amend yourself, trying to fix yourself, trying to come up with ways to get your way, but then it never feels right somehow, even when you get your way. And my real question to you is, when is that going to end? When are you going to choose to put that to an end? When are you going to choose to actually really come into a place of, yep, I'm going to master being divine in this life, here and now, not when I'm on my deathbed. Well, Melinda, life can bring you illness, misery, and total isolation. That is the illusion of separation. And I can tell you this, Melinda, I'm going to be so fucking honest with you. I have felt so alone for so long in my life. So misunderstood. So angry and upset that I kept swallowing down those feelings and those emotions that I couldn't even tell anyone who asked me, why are you so angry and why are you feeling alone? Like, I can't even say it. That was where I was. And on days when it comes up, on days when it arrives as a different trigger, and I wrote about this today on my Instagram actually, where it's coming up as a lot of people saying, not a lot of people, but like people that really I value. Like I value their thoughts and I value their opinions. Like they would say to me like, okay, how are you going to say that to someone who's like 5 years old? And it kept coming up in the same way. And it continues to shake me to the core. Like I'm like, I cannot do this. Like I cannot. Like it upsets me, it angers me that I need to believe that my audience needs to be so dumb that I need to dumb myself down to 5-year-old talk. Like that was how I felt, right? But today when I was sitting in ceremony, preparing the field, preparing the room for today's tea ceremony, a beautiful revelation came to me, like a flower that was presented to me. It came to me and said to me, what if instead of trying to go with them and consent without feeling aligned to their request or their instructions rather, you can simply say, it's okay that you don't understand me right now. And let's come together and just sit together for this one moment here. And we don't need any words. Let's just be together. And I realized that it's not about whether they will eventually understand me or hear me, but it's really about me understanding and hearing myself. And that's really it. And so I get where you're coming from, and I love what you said there, Melinda, where you said, I mean, when the body is immobile and isolated physically, and yet you are here. And yet you are here connecting with all of us. And the real question is really, and I feel you so deeply, like, don't ever feel like I'm not saying this with compassion. I really am. And by the way, compassion doesn't mean that compassion can be sharp. Compassion can be fierce. Like, this is the real thing I'm telling you here. You are already connecting with all of us. You're already connecting on so many levels. Why do we see the internet as such a different thing from meeting physically? Just ask yourself that. You don't need to tell me. I want you to really feel into it. I really want you to feel into it. Like, why do we see the internet different from physical space? What if this is the real 5D that's already here in the 3D, that we can connect with each other energetically? We already are, actually. We already are. And it's so important that in my space that you get to discuss, you get to reject what I'm telling you. Yeah. You get to share your dissonant thoughts. Share I get it, but my ego is feeling this. You get to do that. Absolutely. But I also get to tell you very clearly that you may think you're open, but maybe you're not open. Not enough. And I know it sucks to hear it because I've heard it so many times in my own life. I thought I was going deep enough. And then I keep hearing, you gotta go deeper. You gotta go deeper. And I was like, oh my God, but it's true. I wasn't being truly, really honest and deeply honest with myself where I was at that time. I was in so many ways playing a role where I can be part of the community. But I was hurting inside. I was hurting inside because I was healing from 10 years of eating disorders. I was hurting inside because I thought that my eating disorder could prove that I existed, even though contradictorily I wanted to hide. So it is really, really powerful to come from, again, the foundation. The shift is the foundation of we are divine. Healing is actually a very natural thing to do. And if you are like Melinda, and I am not discounting anything that you're feeling, the physical pain, the pain, that you believe that healthy people cannot understand this struggle. With all respect, I also want to say, big souls come here with big assignments. Really. Really, really, really. I want you just to feel into that. I'm not here to fix you. I'm not here to correct you. If that's what you want to believe in right now, it's really also part of your journey. But I also trust that you're given this pain, not because someone out there wants to hurt you, not because God hates you, but because you're a big soul who chose to come here with a big assignment. And it's not because you can't handle it. It's exactly because you can handle it that you are doing this, that you are experiencing this. And I'm sure all of us can agree that as we read your words, we can find the reverence to witness you fully, that you're still showing up, on a place like this to receive. Then we sit with that. Sit with that in your heart. Sit with that in your body. Where is that feeling of wanting another life? Yeah. And Stark, I see you. Welcome. Stark says, from that contracted space, the misery, pain, or isolation that we forget, life is still all around us. Yeah. Absolutely. Happening in a million ways. And I can remind ourselves that we pull ourselves out and put ourselves back in is just, remember, but challenging. Yeah. And I would like all of us to sit here for a moment to be with this divine veil that's arriving to hold us. This veil of light. And may it pierce through anything that feels heavy. And may it pierce through anything that feels foggy, that you can't see clearly. And may it pierce through what obstacles you feel is super challenging in your life. To unveil the heart, the light that is within. It's so important that we enter deeper rather than continue to think we need to go higher. Yeah. The higher part happens naturally when we deepen. And what I mean when I say deepen is to anchor into your divine light. Anchor into that divine light. Take a moment to land in that space below the navel, my friend. Beautiful dearest ones, come here. Come into that place below the navel, behind the abdomen. Allow yourself to seat yourself there and let your breath slow again. Bring the energy down from the mind. Let it be a waterfall that sheds itself deeper and deeper downward. Let your tailbone elongate. Let the light weave itself through your spine, opening up the space between the vertebrae. And you can raise your palms up just to feel the shower of light that's coming through. Just receive it. Because you already know the truth. You don't need me to tell you, to be honest. And see if you can bring the light even deeper beyond, down to your pelvic bowl, opening up your hip joints, relaxing into the light that is cascading down into your ankles. Open the ankle joints, let it cascade down into the soles of your feet, and let the soles of your feet light up. How do you feel now with that? If we can be free from our identities, if we can be free from our stories, how does that feel? Because the truth is, you're meant to sit in your body. And when I say body, it's not just a physical body. It's your auric field. It's your cosmic body, your etheric body, your astral body. You're meant to sit in your body, not your story. When I'm in my mentorship calls with my clients, first and foremost, we really come into that space with an opening so that there is spaciousness for us to really speak from the soul. Because what I notice is, without that, it's very easy to start talking and asking questions that are mental. You know what that sounds like? You probably do, right? Mental questions, mental complaints, mental frustrations. Just let yourself feel fully into what it feels like if you came from a place of your divinity to a space that is here, like this, like a mentorship space. Like, how would that feel? I bet your questions would probably be like, okay, how can I let more of my divinity express through me? Rather than the same old story about, I can't do that because nobody's buying, or nobody gets me, or nobody is listening. Oh, frankly, it's getting so fucking boring. Yeah, and this might sound very triggering for some of you. I know that. But I also know that it's time that we really stop sugarcoating and protecting, because there's nothing to protect. There's nothing to sugarcoat. Like, divinity is so clear. It's not hung up on a wall in the church. It's not hung up in a wall in the temple. Those are beautiful oaths and reverence to what is felt within. And as women, we are creators. We create babies, for God's sake. Whether you're fertile or not, I don't have kids, so you can't come at me at that. Whether we're fertile or not, we have a creative power within us. We just use it differently. We get to use it the way we want to. You are the one who decides the direction of your energy, the direction of your chi. Is it hard? Hell yeah. Because we have so much of this heaviness on us, this heaviness of all the conditionings, all the things that we've bought into, and we cannot hold, like we want to let it go, but we still unconsciously hold on to it because it creates our identity. And this is why I keep saying it's so important for us to come back to the beginner's mind, to come back to the I don't know mind, and to be so, like, literally relish the I don't know mind. Like, I can walk in and be a fool. Sure, because I'm not full. I'm not full of knowledge that I can't take in anything else. I hope I'll never be full. I really don't want to be full of knowledge and full of myself, that I cannot hear another person, or I cannot listen to my soul when it wants to move. Because that's what's happening. So many people are so identified with their struggles that they cannot see their divinity. When you're so identified with scarcity, you cannot see your abundance. When you're so identified with where you came from, what you're going through right now, you cannot see where your future is. And when they say everything's happening now, yes, because everything is here. The energy field is here. It's you. You are energy first and foremost. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to take your energy to? You get to decide. And the divine will get to know herself through you. And please take a deep breath. So I really, really want to be very, very grateful that you're here and you're still sticking around. I really want to be very clear too that, you know, I go into very deep contemplation of what I am here to offer when I offer a mentorship space. And I can be very, 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 very clear when I say that these places, it's not for you to have a pity party. So there's no pity party here. There is transformation, but the unfolding is very, very, very natural. There is no like forcing you to like have some kind of movement or whatever. Like if you want to take it slow, you take it slow. If you want to take it fast, you take it fast. If you want to take on the transmission fully, you take it on. You want to take it on 70%, 30%, you take it on. But as with tea, you will never overdrink it. You will never overdrink tea. You will never get a transmission that's bigger than who you are or smaller than who you are. It's exactly what your heart is open to. It's nothing more, nothing less. And it's so powerful when we work with that kind of wisdom, with the teachings that really teaches you to be open, to be I don't know mind, and to be present to what is arising instead of writing stories from your mind about it. So who you are, you gotta be so fucking clear and stand on it. Like if you know you're here to create some really incredible stuff and you know that you are a sacred, incredible woman, then be serious about it. Really stand on that ground and say, I'm going to work on this. I'm going to master this. And if mentorship is something you really feel called to, like I would love to chat with you. Like no pressure. We will have a chat And if that's the eventual place to be, naturally, you can decide to come and work with me 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. There is a new mentorship space that's being open. So you can message me all about that. And also today, in 1 hour's time, if you want to come in and just have a taste of what's going on in my space, the Golden River of Life is still open for registration. So do that ASAP because we're starting in an hour. Okay. All right. So before we end, I'm going to do an unboxing. Who's excited? Who is excited? Oh my gosh. Okay. How do I open this? Right. Let's do this. Ooh. Okay. Oh, it's from the beautiful people based in London, Yishu. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Yellow tea. Yellow tea from Yunnan in China. This tea is like, it's the constitution of metal element. So when someone is particularly working with grief, working with feeling, like feeling into the pain and transmuting the pain into greatness, like yellow tea. Like, I wish I could open it and show you the leaves, but they're huge. And I got a free gift. Okay, before that, I want to show you what I bought. This is actually a shui xian, which is kind of like an oolong from the Fujian mountains, which is where my ancestors are from. So I have a special feeling for them. But I'm going to open them because then you can see. They look like this. Can you see it? So good. And usually, I'm not sure about this one because I haven't drank this yet, but I imagine like usually oolong tea have the constitution of fire element. So oolong tea goes straight to the heart. It goes straight to the heart, and some oolong teas that are very young, they even can go into like straight into your third eye, into your crown. So they're very good for, I like to use it for like a very divine feminine and priestess oracle kind of ceremony. Like they are really incredible journeys, I would say. Like really incredible journeys into like the other world, and like really bringing back the transmission and bringing it in straight into your heart. And this is the thing. Our solar plexus has to communicate with the heart. Yeah. That's why so many heart-led, soul-led women cannot stand on their power because their solar plexus are not open. So this is really good because again, tea, all tea, literally living tea, as I work with living tea. I can't speak for other teas, but living indigenous tea, no pesticides, no fertilizers, like grown in wide open field, ancient, like wild tea trees usually. They have, all of them have this beautiful mirroring effect, and they bring stillness. They bring stillness in whatever shape and form. Like it does bring stillness in you. So that stillness is like, I like to say it's kind of like, kind of like a Shiva energy, where it's like the structure, it holds the space so that the Shakti energy can kind of move in whatever form it needs to move. And the Shakti energy can be very feminine, which is what I feel tea is. And that's why when we bring tea into a ceremony, the ceremony can be a space that really brings it down, like anchors it in to physical form. And when we open our hearts with reverence, and when we say, give me the permission to dial into you as a medicine, to tea, as we speak to tea and we open ourselves to tea, then the magic is like phenomenal. Like this is why we can't just go into a jungle and pick something up and eat and think it's fine, because plants are sentient. The more we are able to come with them, come to them with reverence, yeah, the transmission is really out of this world. So I want to just show you this. This is the Fuding. Fuding is also a place in China. So Fuding is famous for white tea. Look at that. This is a whole leaf. This is what living tea means, right? And white tea is great if you don't like to have a lot of caffeine. White tea is processed in such a really natural way, like very few steps. But it's so hard to get really good white tea. So I love the white tea from this place in London. They gave this to me as a gift. So there you go, like abundance upon abundance. Like I'm telling you this, like I used to buy tea and these are not cheap teas, obviously. But like the more I work with tea, the more I'm opening doors to be like, hey, do you want a free tea? Like, do you want to try this for free? Like the other day I got this, all this to try just in return for feedback, in return for comments. Like what in the world? I would never have dreamt my life would be like this in, ever. But there you go. So that's why I truly stand behind where your energy goes, the more it will compound. Like whether it's something you want or you don't want, like it's literally where is your energy? Yeah. So I'm going to, oh, thank you, Eve. Oh my gosh, I froze for a while. I hope you can still see me. But if you are really serious about it, you can still come in and there will be a replay. Like the replay is for you forever. Forever. And it's really in honor of all the women that you were, that you thought you could be. All the illusions will be broken. And it is in honor of the woman that you are allowing to emerge, to rise through you. I cannot tell you how powerful and so, how important this has been in my life to do this work. And I'm just really honored I can share it with the world with a very affordable rate. Like honestly, you will receive the tea as well. I will send you the yin yang tea, picked for your constitution. So whether you can be there live or not, doesn't matter. Probably nobody's going to be there live today. Who knows? But I'll still send out the replay. I know it's a very delicate timing, but it's a good time cosmically. So that's why I picked it. And when the soul wants what it wants, it doesn't make sense. So if the soul knows what she wants, get in, get your ass in, baby. Oh my gosh. Yes, Eve. Yes. Come on. Take yourself seriously and you will just honestly, like your life will be so vastly different. I promise you. And I will be so honored to pick your tea. I'll be so honored to pick your tea for you. All right, beautiful ones. I'm so excited. I'm going to get ready now. I love you. I love you. I love you. All my love. And I will see you when I see you. Bye.